Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. This one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the GeForce GT 1032GB GDDR5 in Cyberpunk 2077 patch 1.5 with FSR, of course. Now, I was going to test the GTX 750 Ti over here, but when I tried to launch the game, it always crashed on me, and I found the same issue with the 780 and 780 Ti as well. And I've been searching about it for a little bit, and unfortunately, it seems like the game doesn't support 700 series GPUs anymore. But anyways, let's get back to the 1030. You can check out all of its specs here in Tech Power Up's GPU Z, 2GB GDDR5. This says 1.1 there, but it's just because nothing 3D is happening. As you can see, it's 3.0, so no problems there. Over on the left, we're pairing it with the i7 3770K system. Stock speeds, we're also using 16GB of RAM, DDR3 1600 MHz dual channel. Let's get into the game, shall we? Alright, we're here getting insanely high FPS in the menu, as we do in Cyberpunk. We're playing at 1080p resolution at the moment, and of course we're going to test lower resolutions as well. We're using the lowest settings. As you can see, even the textures are set to the lowest, and of course we're going to test the FidelityFX super resolution a little bit later. Over on the gameplay tab, this is set to low, this is set to auto. I actually have the game installed on an SSD, and let's go. And it seems like it's pretty much the same thing as we've seen in the previous video. Unfortunately, performance didn't really improve much, or actually didn't improve at all if you don't use FSR. So if you want an up-to-date video in the GT 1030 running Cyberpunk 2077, you can check out my last video at the native resolutions, of course. But of course, we gotta test this out. This is why we're all here, right? Let's enable some FSR at Ultra Quality first. That makes the game look pretty good. Still almost like native resolution. You can still notice some differences, but it still looks pretty good. Yeah, so I actually remember some of you telling me in the previous videos when I tested the 1050 Ti in this game using FSR that the 1030 would probably be able to play this game at 1080p 30 frames per second. And right now, I'm just not feeling it, honestly. Even with lower FSR options, I'm not really sure if that's gonna happen. Yeah, this is really rough, guys. Okay, let's go over the settings again, and let's drop it down to quality. Will that save it? Yeah, pretty much the same unplayable mess. Yeah, it still drops from 20 frames per second at times. Look at that, 19, 18 at times. It's pretty rough once again. It still looks decent though, so I wasn't really expecting the 1030 to be playable and look decent at the same time in this game. So there's that, of course. But yeah, should we even go to a more intensive area? This is not an intensive area by any means, by the way. So I'm not really very confident in the 1030 at this point. But let's drop it down to balanced FSR, keeping these very short because, well, it's unplayable. And this is it. This is what people told me was probably going to be playable on the 1030 at 30 FPS, 1080p. It's not, guys. Again, this isn't even an intensive area. That's that direction. It's getting close to 30 at times, however, but it's still pretty bad. What about performance FSR now? Please let it not be the VRAM that's bottlenecking the actual card right now, because the bandwidth on the VRAM of this card is pretty low, and when you reach a certain point in resolution, if you lower it further, it doesn't really do much. We still got like 1 or 2 more FPS compared to the previous setting in FSR, but it is still horrible, guys. It's pretty bad. Let's just steal this car. Nope, okay, you! I think I remember playing this game with a 1030 like months ago, maybe a year ago, and it wasn't really playable even at like 360p. This is terrible, guys. Look at that. It still drops from 20 FPS here. This is the most intensive area, by the way, at least in my benchmarks. All right, let's go Ultra Performance FSR at 1080p. I can't wait to drop the resolution. Yeah, okay, we're getting 30s. We're getting 30s, guys. In the most intensive area. Maybe this is actually doable at lower resolutions. Oh my gosh, it still drops very much into the lower 20s. But Okay, okay, maybe outside of this area right here, it will actually have a decent frame rate, you know, maybe get 30 plus. No, it just doesn't want to go. Oh my god, why is it dropping so much here? Also, guys, just like the 750 Ti, the 710 can't open this game anymore, so we can't really test it. I am really happy we can't test it, but hey, the 1030 is looking like the 710 at this moment, so... Oh boy. I guess we have a new 710 in our hands right now. Hey, we can get 30 FPS at times. That's not the most terrible thing in the world, right? It does look awful though, like a water painting or something, watercolor painting. Yep. It's really bad, but hey, if you're into some screenshots of Cyberpunk, maybe this would be interesting. It has a certain art style, you know, to it. Again, the watercolor painting art style, I guess. Let's try it out without FSR anymore, and let's drop it down to 900p resolution. So 1918, this is pretty similar to what we were seeing at 1080p, isn't it? It does look way better, especially after seeing what was like 360p resolution, I believe, at 1080p. Yeah, performance or ultra performance FSR at these lower resolutions, like 720p, will probably give us like 180p resolution at the minimum. So this is like a 710 video after all. That's terrible. Just let's stop it. Okay. Right. What about ultra quality FSR at 900p, guys? Still awful. Okay. Let's see. Oh my god! Please make it playable. Quality. No, still 20. Okay. You know what? 20 starting to feel not too bad because we've been playing for a long time at 15 and stuff, and yeah, maybe... Oh gosh, no, it still drops. Never mind. So let's drop it to balanced now. Still the same thing. I think we're reaching that VRAM bottleneck thingy. This is terrible, guys. I mean, I could still play the game with this visual fidelity. Like, it's not too bad, but the FPS are just awful. You know what? I'm gonna try overclocking the card a little bit now. So I'm gonna set the core clock to plus 100 and the memory clock, which is what matters the most here, to plus 300. And I really hope it doesn't crash like this. I mean, at least we are in the 20s more often now, and mid-20s even. So it could be possible to play like this. It's terrible. Never mind. Man. I would say that 25 plus is okay. You know, 25 plus is all I ask right now at this moment from the 1030. So let's drop it down to performance here. Still not 30, but maybe it's gonna get us the 25 plus. I've seen 24 already though. It's close. 23. God damn it, man. It feels so awful, though. Like, in some games you can get by with 20-something frames per second from what I've seen by playing with, like, the GT710 for years in this channel. But this game just feels way too laggy and unresponsive. It feels really slow, guys. And the input lag is just insane, and it's not because of the capture card. This capture card has no input lag, basically. You really need 30 frames per second consistently to play Cyberpunk 2077 properly. And not to mention... Jesus, what the heck is happening? Not to mention that when you get out of the car, it becomes a first-person game and with shooting mechanics, so you definitely want a stable frame rate, 20s sometimes as well. Alright, no, you get out, thank you. She's not dead, by the way. My bullets were just, like with venom that doesn't kill, of course, because we're family friendly, right, here on YouTube. I love this. This car is amazing. It just goes below the other cars. It's awesome. Oh boy, that guy is fast as heck. Gonna get you, boy. There we go. Yeah, guys, I really don't want to drop the settings, but I will need to. Right, we need to do this. Ultra Performance FSR at 900p. We're getting 30s. We're getting 40s. What? Okay, I didn't really think that we'd get 40s in this game, but hey, we're dropping down into the mid-20s now. Yeah, this is not good still. Again, the input lag is very noticeable, and the visuals are just terrible. It's not even. Let's not even do this exactly. Okay, we're at 1280 by 720 res, low settings, using no FSR at the moment, and okay, yay, still 19 and 20 frames per second, guys. Oh my gosh. Should I try overclocking the VRAM just a little bit more? I'm gonna try that, like 400 megahertz. I really hope it doesn't crash. It doesn't really do much. We might have gained like 1 FPS or so. Actually, it's not dropping to 19 anymore. Anyway, let's start counting the FPS. Yeah, I really think that the bandwidth is the problem at this moment in this game with the 1030. It's just too slow on this card. 15s, it's pretty rough still. It's native 720p resolution though, but yeah, it's terrible. Let's do Ultra Quality FSR. And we went from 15, like the jump is massive actually. The jump in FPS, going from 15 to 23 frames per second is insane. But again, it is still really bad. Oh my gosh, they just keep shooting at me. I just want to see the FPS around this area, please. Oh boy, we're jumping and everything. Oh, this is bad. Okay, this is only 1 star. Only 1 star and it's already like this. Oh, come on! See that I can't even I can't handle the car unless it's a straight road. Oh boy, I just let's stop it again and let's do quality FSR. Starting to look pretty bad here, 720p with these settings, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, trying to make this playable, right? I'm not really enjoying these videos on the 1030 lately. Last time was Dying Light 2. It was terrible, even worse than this. And now Cyberpunk. I thought I was done with Cyberpunk in the 1030, but hey, you guys requested it so much that we're here today. Burning our eyes, going blind, minute by minute. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die, am I not? Alright, let's go. Oh boy. Okay, take control. I can take control now. This is the first time that I've ever done that without killing the putting them to sleep. Yes. Okay. Let's do balanced at 720p. All right. Gave us like half an FPS, maybe. Not even that. I don't know. It feels the same, guys. It really does. I hate this so much. I can't. 21. It doesn't matter what resolution you're playing on. The limitations within the card just don't let you play Cyberpunk, unfortunately, guys. I wish I had good news for you in this game, honestly. But it seems like it's just not possible to play this with a 1030, guys. And no, it's not the i7 3770K doing this. If I was playing with the Ryzen 9, it would be exactly the same thing. This actually supports PCIe 3.0, so it's not like the i5 2320 that I tested in Dying Light 2 that actually made the card slower. Yeah, it's terrible still. Look at this. It's looking like vomit right now. We're back to that like watercolor painting, very beautiful, not really visuals. And to be fair, FSR is doing an amazing job at making this presentable, you know? Because if it wasn't using FSR, it would be a complete mess. These graphics would look terrible, totally pixelated all over the place. So at least we get a watercoloring. I can't even talk anymore because of this. So let's try it out. Ultra Performance. This is the last thing that we're gonna do because like the lowest resolution in this game is 1024 by 768, which is only slightly less intensive than 720p anyways in terms of pixel count. 30. At least we're getting 30 right now. We're back to the 20s. I am at a loss right now. I don't know what to do. It's just not gonna be playable on a little GT 1030, guys, unfortunately. Awful, right? This is horrible. It's actually bad for your eyes right now. And it still can't provide 30 FPS consistently. And we're not even in a very demanding area yet, so this is absolutely awful. Also, GPU temperatures are pretty low there. It doesn't really matter, it's just the cooler that's overkill for it, and it's really cold in my room as well. Like, my hands are really freezing, honestly. But yeah, if anything, the temperatures on the card are actually helping us achieving higher clock speeds and memory speeds. So that they're helping us. It's best case scenario here, guys. I don't know. I want to give up at this point. I just want to go to sleep and, yeah, rest my eyes for a bit. Also, around here, we're finally seeing 30 FPS. I'm gonna go crazy here. 600 megahertz and 150. Alright, let's find out if we can get at least 30 plus like this with a massive overclock there on the memory. So far, so good. It's kind of surprising, actually. Okay, let's see. Oh boy, no, it still drops. It still drops into the mid-20s, guys. And of course, over in that side of the roundabout is where it's more intensive, so... Yep, look at this, 23 still. There's nothing you can do, basically. I guess maybe if you overclock it with liquid nitrogen or something, it would become playable. But not like this, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it anyways. I hope you don't have a headache by now. And I'll catch you in the next one very soon, hopefully. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all. Bye-bye.